Welcome everyone to Unit 3, Lesson 5 of Calculus, which is selecting procedures when it comes to derivatives. You've learned a ton of rules and you've learned a ton of procedures when it comes to derivatives all throughout of Unit 2 and all throughout Unit 3. So this lesson is all about choosing what to use and when, recognizing when this rule comes up, when that rule comes up, which rule takes precedence, so on and so forth. So one of the major things I like to talk about with my kids when it comes to this lesson is determining what is the big picture. Is it chain rule? Is it product rule? Is it quotient rule? What's the big thing going on outside and what's happening inside of that, if you will. So I have prepared an example for us here, and in this example we have quite a complicated function. We have 2 to the power of sine x times log base 3 of x squared. I threw in some niche exponential ones just so we have a little bit more practice with them. So I tried to make it obvious here, but the overarching thing happening in this function is multiplication of 2 separate functions. So we are using product rule here. That is the thing that is occurring first. There's going to be chain rule within the product rule, but the overarching structure is that of multiplication, is that of the product rule. So I'm going to set that up in terms of my fish. So I'm going to do 2 sine x. I'm going to do log base 3 of x squared. Now the derivative of 2 to the power of sine x would be 2 to the power of sine x times the natural log of 2, that's the derivative of the outside, keeping the inside the same. Now the derivative of the inside would be the cosine of x. The derivative of the log base 3 of x squared, the derivative of the outside, would be 1 over x squared times the natural log of 3. That's the derivative of the outside, keeping the inside the same, times the derivative of the inside would be 2x. It might be a little hard to see. Let me fix that up real quick. So that is definitely a 2. I don't know if I misspoke or not. So then we're doing, the plus fish with this. We're doing product rule with all of this. That looks so much fun. So we'll start off. We have 2 sine x times ln 2 times cosine x times log base 3 of x squared plus 2 sine x times 2x all over x squared times ln of 3. So we can clean this up a little bit. One, I've noticed that we have an x in the numerator and some x's in the denominator there. We also have some we have things in common in our terms here. We have this 2 to the power of sine x and this 2 to the power of sine x, so we can factor that out. So that'll give us 2 to the power of sine x times, and then we can have all of this. So it'll be natural log of 2 times the cosine of x times the log base 3 of x squared plus 2 over x ln 3. It looks scary, but all in all, it wasn't that bad. The main problem with this problem is identifying that product rule was the overarching thing, chain rule was just a part of the product rule. You may come up with, well, what if we had something like sine of x, natural log of x, or something like that. Then we would have chain rule taking precedence, and we'd have product rule within the chain rule. So that's really the most difficult thing I've seen. That and brushing up on some of those niche rules, like exponentials without a base of e, logarithms without a base of e, and some of those newer ones that we just learned, like the inverse functions and the inverse trig functions. All of this stuff could come into play, so good luck to you, good luck with your practice, and I'll see you in the next video.